The government will bring forward the launch of an annual dengue prevention campaign to this month.
Of dengue virus serotype 3 cases in Japan, then the dominant strain of serotype 2, which stood at 40%.
With the number of serotype 3 cases rising over the last 3 months, authorities are watching closely as any switch in serotypes is historically linked with a dengue outbreak.
Dengue is a mosquito-borne infection found in tropical and subtropical countries. There are up to 100 million cases of dengue fever every year. But first, what is dengue? The word dengue is derived from the Swahili phrase kadinga pepo, which means cramp-like seizure caused by an evil spirit. Dengue virus belong to the genus Flavivirus in the family Flaviviridae, which consists of single-stranded and non-segmented RNA viruses. There are 4 serotypes of dengue virus, which are serotype 1, 2, 3, and 4. Dengue virus had humans as their primary host. The first evident case of dengue fever was found in the Chinese medical encyclopedia from the Qin dynasty. They described the disease as water poison associated with flying insects. The first account of a disease resembling symptoms of dengue outbreak was reported in Philadelphia in 1780. Around the same time, there is an outbreak of a disease named breakbone fever was being reported in Spain, and more cases related to dengue were reported from the Atlantic coast of America, the Caribbean, and tropical Australasia. The first documented cases of the severe form of dengue were seen in the Philippines and Thailand during the 1950s. This severe form of dengue later has spread throughout the Southeast Asia.
Now, how the dengue virus are spread? The dengue virus is transmitted to humans via the bite of an infected mosquito. Only a few mosquito species are vector for the dengue virus. What is a vector? A vector is a vehicle that carries and transmits a disease to its host organism. Vectors include animals and microorganisms that transmit different diseases. The most common vectors are arthropods, which are invertebrate animals with an external skeleton called an exoskeleton. Arthropods include mosquitoes, ticks, lice, flies, and fleas. For instance, ticks can carry Lyme disease, and some mosquitoes can carry yellow fever, malaria, and dengue fever. When a mosquito bites a person who has dengue virus in his or her blood, the mosquito becomes infected with the dengue virus. An infected mosquito can later transmit that virus to healthy people by biting them. Dengue cannot be spread directly from one person to another, and mosquitoes are necessary for transmission of the dengue virus.
Many people experience no symptoms of a dengue infection. Symptoms which normally appear 4 to 10 days after being bitten by an infected mosquito might be mistaken for other illnesses such as the flu. The most common symptom of dengue is high fever, usually 40 degrees Celsius, with vomiting or nausea, rash, pains, typically behind the eyes, muscle, joint or bone pain, headache, and swollen glands. The majority of people recover within a week. Symptoms might worsen and become life-threatening in some cases. This is referred to as severe dengue. Warning signs of severe dengue fever, which is a life-threatening emergency, can develop quickly. The warning signs usually appear within the first 2 days after your fever goes away and include belly pain, tenderness, bleeding for the nose or gums, feeling tired, restless or irritable, persistent vomiting, blood in your urine, stools or vomit, bleeding under the skin, which might look like oozing, difficult or rapid breathing. According to the World Health Organization, the vaccine is ineffective in preventing dengue fever in places where the disease is common. The main methods for preventing the spread of dengue fever still are avoiding mosquito bites and controlling the mosquito population. If you live in or plan to go to a region where dengue fever is common, these tips may help reduce your risk of mosquito bites. First, stay in air-conditioned or well-screened housing. The mosquitoes that carry the dengue viruses are most active from dawn to dusk, but they can also bite at night. Second, wear protective clothing. When you go into mosquito-infested areas, wear a long-sleeve shirt, long pants, socks, and shoes. Third, reduce mosquito habitat. The mosquitoes that carry the dengue virus typically live in and around houses or breathing in standing water. You can help lower mosquitoes' population by eliminating habitats where they lay their eggs, at least once a week. Empty and clean containers that hold standing water, such as planting containers, animal dishes, and flower vases.
Now you know where the dengue was originated and how it will affect someone. Now, how will the government control this disease? There are several ways, and one of the most common is by fogging. Mosquito fogger is a device that creates a fine mist from an insecticide solution, and this mist or fog then will be used around the neighborhood as well as institution area with a scheduled date, usually up to every month. Next, the government also creates an awareness program which aims to educate the people about the life-threatening disease brought by mosquitoes. This program is often done in the neighborhood or in the schools for students, alongside with the gotong royong activity. The gotong royong is one of the most recommended activities as it is effective in preventing the mosquitoes from multiplying and from spreading the disease any further.
Let's discuss some of the myths about the dengue fever. First and foremost, they say once people got positive dengue reports, they started to eat papaya leaves, juices, or tablets containing papaya leaves. There are no scientific research claims that eating papaya or papaya leaves will lead to increasing the number of platelets. Next, dark clothing attracts mosquitoes. Wearing dark color clothing does not affect the outcome of getting bitten. Despite being a common myth among folks, in actuality, wearing black clothing does not equate to a person getting bitten nor being more susceptible from getting mosquito bites.